When I got into high school, that's when the signs and symptoms really came to the full level. Not only was I having the preoccupation with my thoughts, constantly thinking about my appearance, but it also became where my behaviors were completely taken over by body dysmorphic disorder. So some of the main things which are really common for individuals with BDD that I started doing was camouflaging. So when I would go to school, I'd constantly wear hooded sweaters. My focus now shifted to my skin. I was convinced that I had horrible acne and acne scarring. So when I'd be in class, I would notice that there was a lot of fluorescent lighting, which to me brought out the acne even more. So I'd wear these hooded sweaters to school, and I would constantly kind of shift it to sort of block out the light and made me feel like there was a shadow on my face, which would camouflage the acne. I also avoided certain colors in clothing. Red was off limits because I felt the red brought out my skin. There was a lot of reassurance seeking, which is very common for people with BDD. I would go home and I'd ask my mom, does my face look red? Does my face look red? And she would tell me no, but that never was enough for me, and I would constantly ask her throughout the day. The problem is because at the time there wasn't this conversation about BDD, and so we didn't really know that something was wrong. I would say one of the biggest compulsions that I did, or behaviors dedicated to BDD, was mirror checking. There was one mirror in my house that I found acceptable, and I would be in front of that mirror for hours. I was constantly just scanning my skin, figuring out ways to cover it. I was also preoccupied with my hair as well still at that time, so I was constantly trying to fix it and get it perfect and every hair in place. And I was still really preoccupied with my under eye circles. And so one of the compulsions that I did was I actually stole some of my sister's makeup, and I'd put a little bit under my eyes to try to cover the circles and over any acne that I had. However, I remember a friend coming over one time and asking me, "Are you wearing makeup?" And that was so embarrassing and shameful that I wouldn't wear makeup anymore. However, that just sunk me into a deeper depression in high school, because now that was one of the camouflages that got taken away. Besides just the behaviors, there were thoughts that constantly were with me, leading to some core beliefs that I held. And that's very common with people with BDD, is you start to believe these really negative things about yourself. So here I am in high school, and I'm thinking that I'm not equal to other people, I can't be loved, I can't fit in. And one thing that started coming up in my head was I had to fix my appearance because that was the only way I was going to be accepted. And that's where this connection between my appearance and acceptance and being okay really clicked in.